Welcome to the Boardroom. On our show today, Eye of the Storm. Michigan football headed to College Park to take on Maryland, but there's a hurricane getting ready to touch down there. And back on the ice, Michigan hockey kicking off their season in 2 weeks. Head coach Red Berenson coming back for his 32nd season, hoping to not miss the tournament for the 4th year in a row. And finally, Dawkins developing. Aubrey Dawkins pegged by Michigan men's basketball coach John Beilein as the most improved player from last year. Welcome to the Boardroom. Simon Kaufman alongside hockey beat writer Kevin Santo, football beat writer Max Boltman. Let's start with football. Michigan headed to Maryland to take on the Terps. And this game was an 8 o'clock game. They moved it to noon because there's a hurricane on the way. This is not good.
No, it's not, but the good news is they're going to try and get it in before the hurricane really hits. Still should be plenty of rain, still should be plenty of wind, could see some delays. Probably the most important impact you're going to see is not a lot of throwing the ball, not a lot of kicking. Should be a real ground and pound game, kind of the way Jim Harbaugh likes it.
I think that's being overlooked, the impact the weather could have on the crowd as well. Because Maryland hasn't been very good. I don't know if their fan base is going to want to sit out there during a hurricane, as opposed to a Michigan fan base near D.C. who hasn't seen them play since 1945. And I think that could take away the home field advantage for the Terrapins big time.
That could be. Of course, Michigan hasn't been to Maryland for 70 years, since 45. Potentially seen them play on TV as technology has drastically developed since then. But
can't match the live experience.
We will wait to find out. Max, you're driving down there. Hopefully you'll be driving back. If not, though, we have preparations in place. A sport that doesn't have to worry about hurricanes because it's played inside, hockey. Team kicks off in 2 weeks, and something that's plagued it the last couple of years is the goalie situation. Racine and Nagelvort split time in net last year. Kevin, you're covering the team. Who do you expect to be starting there come 2 weeks from now?
I'm seeing Nagelvort starting 2 weeks from now. The new goaltender coach Shields has emphasized that something he wants Zach to do is be more consistent, be more confident. And in a separate interview with Zach, he has expressed that he's feeling more confident than ever after what he's worked on this summer, and I think that could yield great things for him on the ice.
I kind of see it from the other direction. I think that Steve Racine is a little bit more athletic, probably has a little bit higher ceiling, and you bring in a goalie coach like Shields who's going to bring that consistency to him. When you've got the guy who's a little bit maybe higher ceiling, like I said, the whole level of consistency elevates, and I think that you'll see Steve Racine in for that reason.
We'll wait 2 weeks to find out. From hockey to hoops, Michigan men's basketball coach John Beilein, talking on the radio earlier this week, pegged Aubrey Dawkins, the sophomore, as the most improved player on this year's team. And this was a huge class of freshmen from last year. And he's pegging Dawkins, who arguably was the best freshman from last year, as the most improved sophomore. Can he have the sort of season that we saw from Nick Stauskas from his freshman year and then just exploding in his second season?
Well, you never want to put that kind of expectation that someone's going to come out and be Big Ten Player of the Year their sophomore year. That said, it says a lot that Aubrey Dawkins was the most improved player because he was also, like you said, the best freshman last year. And so you didn't really think that there was that much room he could have had to improve year to year. Certainly there are aspects of the game he was working on. He was working on finishing layups and dunks toward the end of the season. But yeah, it says a lot, and I wouldn't rule anything out. The kid's really athletic and he shoots the ball really well.
I mean, if Dawkins is as good as advertised, I'm curious to see if it turns into sort of a blessing or a curse. I mean, if he's that good and has improved that much, they're going to have a very crowded backcourt. And if they want to fit Dawkins into that lineup, then you have to start asking who's getting shifted at the 3 and all these issues. But at the end of the day, it's never a bad thing to have a lineup that deep, and I think that could really bode well for Michigan.
Definitely a deep lineup. Coach Beilein is going to have plenty of options. There you have it, Michigan looking to survive Maryland and the hurricane. Hockey back in 2 weeks, and we'll see who is in net. And Dawkins, the most improved player of the men's basketball team, according to the coach. That's it for the Boardroom. Make sure to catch our content online at michigandaily.com 7 days a week. And in print Monday through Friday, the Michigan Daily. This is the Boardroom. Cheers.